why I started the presentation by showing something totally irrelevant, and you all might be wondering what this guy is trying to do. Yes, this is the fundamental truth. We know it's a talk of the town, the digital marketing or social media, the digital business, how IT and marketing work together, how to innovate business.
It's today becoming obsolete. And the two success mantras I'll share with you, only 2 words, but those will be the key for the way forward. Those 2 words are focus and consistency. Focus and consistency. I'll explain the focus and consistency in 4 different aspects. The Sri Lankan context, the Gen Y, digital marketing, and the little things we have done as a young insurance company in Sri Lanka to change the entire the business platform by looking at the power of this digital marketing. I'll share with you all. Now I think I heard that from the morning everyone is talking about the digital market. From the Sri Lankan context, it's obvious, especially the mobile connection. This data, it might already obsolete and it has got changed because it's increasing. It's obvious. So I don't want to go into detail, but it's obvious the mobile and the internet penetration is getting increased day by day. And this is not according to the exact order, but the websites. Now people are gradually moving from the traditional reading or the traditional engagement to the web platforms. Maybe to now those days I can remember when we were in schooling, when you want to find something, we had the range of encyclopedia. The Britannica encyclopedia range we had in the library. But today, no one is bothered. It's a matter of just Googling. Why don't you Google? That's the first thing everyone is doing in terms of searching anything. And in that aspect, a lot of things are getting changing. Now, just to share some of the thing as a marketer, which we are currently experiencing. Now, yesterday, it was customer. Today, it's not customer, it's people. And we were trying to build brands as emotional hooks. But now, brands as a socio-cultural change agents. I'll explain. And traditionally, it's ATL and BTL, above the line and below the line in brand building. But today, it's not so. Customer touch points. Sometimes the place that they are eating, sometimes the place that they are traveling, inside the cabs, inside the trains, inside the buses. It's becoming so different. And those days, what we are always talking about 360 degree, but it's now nano-targeting. And we were concerned about the message. Now it's not the message, it's a medium. Because according to the medium, the way the things that we have to do is different. Those days, media as industry. It may be TV, it may be radio, it may be press. But today, it's as more society. Right. The power of digital age, right? Experiencing. That's okay, all right. So yesterday the sameness, but today the uniqueness. Again, execution consists of like the fundamentals we learn when you start as a young brand manager sometime back. But today the idea consistency. You are keep on working for one idea. I'll explain with some practical examples with the brand that I'm currently working for. Yesterday, again monologue, but today it's dialogue. Right? It's thank you very much. Actually, I would like to convey my gratitude to the agency that I'm working with because we are working as a partner, sharing some of these key insights with me. So this is like, in other words, RIP for traditional marketing. Right? So things are getting changing. So with this context, now the new consumer, they are searching, they are liking, and they are sharing. What they are searching is the product or service, anytime, anywhere. What they are liking is the products and the brands to meet their promise. What they are sharing, the likes, dislikes about the brands in public forums. No one can't control. So make her or him, there's one spelling mistake, as a friend and the follower and the brand champion. That's going to be the future. So in the digital market today, the other interesting fact is that so always people are on, especially because of the smartphones. And the 90% of data, well, today, it's created within the last 2 years. And nearly 1 in 3 digital media minutes is spent on mobile device. This is one side of the story. But this is not the digital marketing. I'll prove with some examples. If someone is thinking Facebook is only the digital marketing, if someone is thinking, let's say, having the most number of likes in the Facebook is digital marketing, no, that is wrong. That is only one part. Yes, in Sri Lankan context, Facebook is much more interactive and much more giving options to the marketer. That is fine. But it is much more deeper and strategic concept. Okay. Now, a lot of people, I would say, often misunderstood the power of Generation Y. They said, okay, it's not a profitable segment. These people are just, they will be very active in the social media. I'm talking about now traditional business sense. Now, they don't have the power of purchasing power, etc., etc. But it's going to be the future. Okay, today they won't give you at least even the 1% of your business volumes. Agreed. But in the future, in the long-term strategic, the way if you are looking at things, you are unknowingly building a fan base with you. When you start increasing your fans without doing, simply manage your brand. I'll explain what is this again. Now I think this is the selfie. So it's not a American Psychiatric Association did not declare selfie as a mental disorder, right? Now see, who are the people? Now it's not selfie or the digital media, it's not only for the young people. The classic example from the Indian context is the current Prime Minister. I think he's spot on. He's very powerful in almost all social media platforms. So what does it show for a business development people? How things are getting changed. Now for an example, let's say Mahatma Gandhi or the time of these Sri Lankan Sena Nayakas or Bandar Nayakas, they never had these sort of opportunities. They always having meetings, the pocket meetings or public meetings, the gathering. But today it's not. People are following Modi. People are following Obama. People are following the Mahinda Rajapaksa. Even the political platform, it's getting completely changed. Right? The power of selfie. That's one example because of Generation Y. And I just want to make the fact that how things could go even beyond into a different level in future with this innovative stuff. Okay, this is what I was sharing with you. So as a brand builders, we should stop managing the brand. We should start activating the fans. Now because now we are entered to the age of the customer. It's not the age of the manufacturer, it's not the age of distribution, it's not the age of information. Why this age of the customer is different? Because the empowered buyers demand a new level of customer obsession. Here, the age of the seller control, product or service. Again, the product information. But in the current context, in that context, only the customer only have to go ahead with the buying decision only. But with the age of the customer, what's happening is the buying decision, the UGC, very important, user generating content, and the product information all are within the customer control. Let's say, for an example, if anyone wants to buy a phone, now no one can dump with the phone model is having certain bug or having any problem. Now people are, in a public forums and reviews and etc. In so many of these things, they are getting informed. So it's not easy for the companies to think, okay, this is the product, whether the people want or not, we are going to sell this product and work in that platform. That era is gone. Now, the age of seller, what happened was, we have a brand, then agencies told that the brand story through the mass media message to influence the youth market. But today, the age of the customer, what is happening is, your brand, your fans tell stories to peer groups using brands as a social tools to influence the youth market. It's more powerful because when the peers started referring, peers started advocating, peers started giving the indication of the things related to brand with their experience, it's giving the more credible and more advantage for the brand rather than coming from the other way around. The other very important fact, that is mobile. Today, the largest web companies are rebranding as mobile-first companies. I think our friend is here. He will 100% agree with me. The Mark Zuckerberg said, now we are a mobile company, and all the code is being written in mobile. On mobile, we are going to make a lot of more money than on desktop. Because now people are not carrying that much of laptops with them. Now even I can see a lot of people at the moment also, they are checking their emails, or they are checking their FB, or they are checking the updates in the other social media platforms via smartphones. So it's a horizontal platform. It's not just a media platform. Again, I'll explain with some examples why I'm just telling it's not just to consider as a media platform, how that is becoming a horizontal platform. Okay, one of the boring industries in the country. I think, not in the country, even the most part of the world, because when you heard the name of insurance, because people think insurance, it's a nuisance. You know, when this insurance agent got to know the mobile number, you're finished. Right? So that's a traditional thinking. But in the Sri Lankan context, just to share with you all, this particular life insurance penetration, it's still 11%. So we have 20 plus million population in this country. Out of that, little more than 2 million is only covered with life insurance. If you take that figures from the total labor force, not even 25% of people are covered with the life insurance. But we know now that there's a need for insurance for anyone. Because if something goes wrong, because we are not here for a certain life, life is uncertain. Especially when you are married, when you are having responsibilities, if something goes wrong, you have to make sure the same lifestyle that you are maintaining, your dependence should continue. Right? So, but why things are not moving in that way? Because in this industry particularly, we have 22 insurance companies, and out of that 12 companies are offering both, and there are 3 companies only offering life, there are 7 companies only offering general, and altogether there are 15 life insurance companies and 19 general insurance companies, but altogether 22 insurance companies. So much of players. So doing things in a traditional way. Right? So the company, the brand that I'm working for, it's a relatively young insurance brand. It's there in the market for about 12 years. Currently we are like the number 6 out of 26 players. But we have taken a completely different platform of taking technology and the digital marketing into the insurance. I won't say we can compare ourselves with the international level, but in the right track. But still in the kindergarten. A lot of things has to be done. But the little things we have done with the thinking of what I've shared with you all earlier will definitely give you some insight for your even further research studies and even for your own education, your development initiatives. Because this is not the rocket science. When I start with the presentation with that video, what I want to share is the attitude is everything. How we look at things from a different perspective. Now, in addition to insurance companies, now there's another channel, that is insurance brokers. Now again, there are 35 insurance brokers in this country and 46 general insurance brokers. So that is a Sri Lankan context. In the global context, now the things that the marketing has been doing, it's again gradually changing with the digital and the phone, getting more powerful, as I explained. So in this context, the brand awareness, brand credibility, create emotional connection, create loyalty, will lead to a super advocacy. In other words, 80% trust influencers, 92% trust brand advocates are the reason for consumer trust in the Europe market. This is where international level, where we as the economy, after going through for about 30 years of war, now gradually coming out for the last 5 years and heading towards for the same direction. Okay, I start with the two words, focus and consistency. I'll explain. Now, this is I said it's not about the message, it's about the concept. This is the overall concept that we are currently working on. That is a take on tomorrow. So it adds a meaning to giving aspiration value to consumers. Taking insurance is not so boring like those days. It's you are taking insurance in a little bit of a different approach, because the initiatives what we have doing is to position our brand as a lifestyle brand, because it's not an easy thing. Because things have been happening in, as I'll explain, very traditional way. So giving that modern approach to use of this technology, it has to happen with the proper alignment. So along with this campaign, the one successful thing I would like to share is, at the moment, we have the most active insurance Facebook page in Sri Lanka. Yes, it's nearly 69,000 at the moment. But not that number, but engagement level. Because here, what's happening, now very recently, we have partnered with one of the premier radio station in the country to partner with the X-Men premiere show. And we have, it was a very interactive platform, because we wanted to promote the online product, which I'm sharing in a while. We have introduced a completely different online insurance product, which is again new to Sri Lanka. So along with that, to how to always get the engagement is the customer, is a success for our FB page. Now for an example, we had only 6,956 until last October, but for the last 8 months, we managed to get another 60,000. Yes, there are paid customers. But we are going to the right target audiences gradually. Because we are Sri Lankan mass brand. We have the presence in all 51. We have 51 branches and presence in all parts of the country. So now gradually, there's another interesting thing I was actually sharing with my social media team. The active engagement from north and east, it's very high. It's very high, because I was also wonder, by looking at the engagement level and the messages these people are sending, the comments, or sometimes the active participation for the initiatives that is happening, it's very encouraging. And other thing is, as Dulit was, Rohan was sharing, I have a team. With their phones, they are 24/7 active. My brand is not a very big brand, so I have about 5 members. They have the full access through their smartphones, including myself. We are always checking the comments and anything related to this media, because we are learning a lot of things. And as I told you, we also had a lot of bad experiences. But it's always taking things positive and how we maintain things in a right, consistent manner. That's a simple message, my dear friends. Now, especially if you are thinking of building your own consultancy firm, or your research academy, or the education solutions providing company, this is the way to go forward. Another one thing is, let me share, because that also we are still learning. Here, the content is the king. Content is the king. Because in the local context, we have a little bit of struggling to have the authentic and the, I would say, the genuine content. But let me share the couple of examples. Now we have something called daily code. Everyone is every day morning, they know, okay, this is a daily code from HLP Assurance. So let's say you have a good managed page, but if you don't have the right content, then it's your obsolete. Now other main thing is how to be relevant with the what is happening around the country. Now, what we have been on now, X-Men is one example. Now, throughout, let's say, during Vesak time, during Urdu time, during Christmas time, we have been having some related activities, related engagement initiatives. And we had something very interesting, targeting Valentine's Day and targeting the World's Women's Day. So, likewise, what the message I want to share is, go ahead with what they want. Unknowingly, your brand will get position in their platforms, and they will say, okay, why not you all consider this in a different sense. That is with regard to some of the experience that we have with the FB page. The main thing is having an updated website. A lot of people, almost companies are having websites, but we have noticed the last date of updation, or sometimes it's about 2-3 months ago, especially big corporates. Now gradually it's getting changing, but my simple advice is have a team, have the young team who is passionate about these things, and always do updates now with a lot of new things like, because you can do some part of the updates even any layman can do. So those are the areas that brands should consider, which is not happening that much in the local context. And other thing is, you have to have your site now in the Sri Lankan context in 3 languages, Sinhala, English and Tamil. And the problem what we have seen is you have the updated contents in English, but Sinhala and Tamil is outdated. You can't do that. And other things are now how your site is mobile responsive, how your site is, now you don't have to do your designs just looking at the desktop or the laptop. It has to be, now think of the mobile and tab platforms also. So those are the other things as a marketer I would like to share with you all. I'm talking about a lot of practical sense, practical issues. I think those experiences will definitely help you all for quoting some examples or even explore more in the respective research studies and so forth. This is one of the novel thing I would like to introduce. Now in the Indian market, because I'm following Indian market very much, now this is the future of insurance. But in Sri Lankan market, that is online insurance. Because people they don't like to spend time with the agents. They don't like to spend time with the traditional mediums to get an insurance. Now here, we are actually doing a concept called DIY. Do it yourself. Now this is the first product actually that we have launched, and there are another set of products are in pipeline. Now here, the fundamental positioning that we are trying to getting an insurance is now easy as 1, 2, 3, 4. You are kidding? Is it serious? Insurance is always a tedious process. You have to fill that form. The agent have to come. Agents have to say this medical, that medical. It's always okay, I don't want. That's a traditional thinking. That's a traditional way of looking at things. But why not the modern media? Why not the power of internet? Why not the power of the current the behavior of Gen Y? For positioning insurance in a different platforms. So that's the insight and the little things that we have done. But again, to share with you, now we know the awareness level, interest and desire is there. But when it's come to action, still, insurance anyway, as I told you, it has to be sold. So as a different category, unlike the some of the lifestyle-related fashion accessories or the techno-gadget accessories, we are also learning a lot of things in terms of converting this into business, in terms of actual numbers. But it's a long term. It's a long term.